The Education Act, Section 42, Certificate of Age, where the age of any person is required to be ascertained or proved for the purposes of this Act or any regulations made thereunder, or for any purpose connected with the education of such person, then notwithstanding anything contained in the Registration, Births and Deaths Act, any person shall, upon making application to the Registrar General in the prescribed form and upon payments of the prescribed fee, which shall not exceed $10, be entitled to obtain from the Registrar General a certified copy of the entry in the General Register of Births relating to the person whose age is required to be ascertained or proved. Now this here, the Education Act says that if you apply for a birth certificate for your child, it says a person shall, upon making application to the Registrar General in the prescribed form and upon payments of a prescribed fee, which shall not exceed $10, then according to the Education Act, the Registrar General Department should not charge you more than $10. Well, that needs to be updated based on the current fees, but anyway, continue. Section 43, Regulations. Subsection 1. The Minister may make regulations generally for the proper carrying out of the purposes and provisions of this Act, and in particular, but without prejudice to the generality of the foregoing, may make regulations A. for the management and conduct of public educational institutions, B. specifying the powers and duties of boards of management of public educational institutions and of educational boards, C. prescribing, subject to such exemptions as may be specified, the standards to which the premises of educational institutions shall conform. D. With respect to the purposes for which the premises of educational institutions may be used. E. Prescribing the amounts to be paid by way of grants in aid or otherwise to educational institutions or any class of educational institution specified in such regulations, and the conditions subject to which any such amount shall be paid. F. With respect to the appointment, terms of employment, disciplinary control, and payments of salaries of teachers and other personnel in public educational institutions. G. Governing the admission of students to public educational institutions and the discipline of such students. H. Specifying in respect of public educational institutions the curriculum of study to be observed, the examinations to be taken by students, and such other matters as the Minister may think fit in relation to the grant of certificates of competency to students who pass such examinations. I. Providing for the award of scholarships, exhibitions, bursaries, and other financial assistance, including loans for further education and higher education, and specifying the conditions subject to which such scholarships, exhibitions, and bursaries shall be held, or for any other financial assistance shall be given. I. Prescribing the particulars to be furnished to the registrar by the proprietors of independent schools, providing for the notification to the registrar of any changes in the circumstances so furnished, and specifying the circumstances in which the Independent Schools Committee may direct the registrar to strike any independent school off the register of independent schools in the event of the registrar being unable to obtain sufficient particulars thereof. K. Defining the several categories of students requiring special educational treatment and making provisions as to the special treatment appropriate to the students of each category. L. Prescribing the manner in which disciplinary proceedings may be instituted before the Commission against registered teachers, and the procedure to be followed in the conduct of such proceedings, and matters incidental to or consequential on such proceedings. M. Prescribing the manner of appealing to the minister and the tribunal, and as to the proceedings in any such appeal, and matters incidental to or consequential on such proceedings. N. Prescribing anything requiring to be prescribed under this Act. O. With respect to such other matters as may be incidental to or connected with the foregoing. Subsection 2. Regulations made under this section shall be subject to negative resolution. Subsection 3. The minister may cause all or any of the regulations made under this section to be bound in a book to be called the Code of Regulations, and thereafter the minister may, at such times as it may seem to him that by reason of any amendment in the regulations of the Code of Regulations ought to be amended or reprinted, direct such amendment to be made or such reprint to be done.